Welcome to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoy the show, which features immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.
Welcome to Ask the Lawyer, your premier Jamaican radio show dedicated to unraveling the complexities of the U.S. immigration system. Hosted by me, Ashley Dawkins, a proud Jamaican national, alongside esteemed New York-based immigration attorney Brian Figueroa, who brings over a quarter century of specialized experience. Together, we explore the benevolent aspects of America's immigration laws. Tune in to Ask the Lawyer for insightful guidance through the intricate world of immigration.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Family-based immigration petitions. Whenever someone comes to the United States of America and they overstay their time here, within 6 months, if they overstay their time, they are subject to a 3-year bar if they leave the U.S. If they overstay by 1 year, it's a 10-year bar. What does that mean? Well, the only area of legalization for that person coming to the U.S. is either one, a political asylum application that must be done within 1 year of entry into the U.S., unless there are circumstances that may warrant a late filing. 2, marriage to a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. If it's marriage to a U.S. citizen, both the spouse, all children under 18 at the time of the marriage would qualify for that U.S. citizen spouse to petition for them. Those applications, if the family is in the U.S., are done quickly. If the person entered the U.S. without inspection, that U.S. citizen beneficiary will have to get what we call a provisional waiver to pick up their green card from their home country. If you have a brother or sister in the United States that is a U.S. citizen, people say, well, that petition takes about 12 years. Why file those petitions? That's not a good idea. Whether you want to come to the U.S. or not, your brother or sister petitioning for you that is in the United States and is a U.S. citizen, even though it takes a long time, it makes sense to put that petition in. So while you are in your home country, obviously waiting for that priority date to become current, obviously you live your life normally like how you do now, but in the future, when that priority date is current, your spouse, yourself, your children that are under 21 when the priority date is current would be able to migrate to the United States of America. So that brother-sister petition may not benefit you, the sibling, overseas, but it obviously could benefit your children later on that may want to attend college in the United States or work in the United States of America. Family-based petitions are obviously very important, and we should obviously plan accordingly. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. If you have a family member in the United States of America, they could call us for a consultation, or you could call us from overseas for that consultation. You could schedule that consultation at our website, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. If you would like to keep abreast of U.S. immigration law and other articles that give different areas of migrating to the United States of America, you could subscribe with your cell phone at our website, and you will get alerts on your cell phone with that newsletter. Thank you.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figaro and Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figaro and Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figaro and Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figaro and Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figaro and Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
Hi, good day. My name is Ashaki Foster. I just want to send out a shout out to Mr. Figaro and his staff, thanking them for all that they've done for me so far with my social, my green card, and now I'm finally a citizen. And I just want to recommend him to the people in the U.S. and also the Caribbean. Thank you.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figaro and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
Hello, my name is Mary Campbell, legal assistant at the law firm of Figaro and Associates, and your presenter with this week's immigration news. We begin with Trump ICE head Homan on second-term mass deportations. They ain't seen shit yet. At the National Conservatism Conference this week, a gathering of paleoconservatives explicitly embracing nationalism. Former ICE Director Tom Homan reiterated Donald Trump's second-term plans for mass deportations, the most consequential immigration and economic topic of the campaign. Trump comes back in January. I'll be on his heels coming back, and I will run the biggest deportation force this country has ever seen. They ain't seen shit yet. Wait until 2025. Homan, as well as Trump himself, also has made clear that the mass roundups and deportations would be unsparing, saying on prior occasions, people need to be deported. No one should be off the table. In addition to Homan's quotes, the larger conference itself, and its espousal of unfiltered Christian nationalism by leading Republicans and right-wing figures was chilling. Immigrants do not displace U.S. workers or reduce wages. A new National Bureau of Economic Research working paper confirms that immigration continues to benefit American workers. The study finds that recent increases in immigration to the United States correlate with more jobs and higher wages for U.S.-born workers. Even when these two groups, immigrants and the U.S.-born, have similar education and age, their employment in the labor market shows a significant degree of complementarity, implying that they do not compete for jobs, but rather the employment of one group helps the productivity of the other, the authors write. Meanwhile, in New York, city budget restores funding for community interpreters. After the city's reporting on violations of language access laws by city agencies, the mayor's new budget has restored $3.8 million for the Language Justice Collaborative, a community-based program to provide in-person interpretation services to city agencies. The Language Justice Collaborative, set up to create a network of multilingual New Yorkers for translation services, was initially authorized in December 2022 with a $3.8 million allocation for 2023. Although it was omitted from the mayor's fiscal year 2024 budget, Queens Council members Julie Won and Sandra Ung, along with community groups, succeeded in securing funding for the program in the 2025 budget. Federal civil rights complaint demands investigation into abuse against hunger strikers at New York ICE jail. Around 40 individuals detained at the Buffalo Federal Detention Facility, New York State's largest immigrant detention center, went on a hunger strike to protest the facility's policy and practice of locking people in their cells for approximately 18 hours per day and the discontinuance of free phone calls. ICE officials responded to the hunger strike by threatening and using physical force against the strikers said in a newly filed civil rights complaint. ICE allegedly locked them in their cells for extended hours and denied them access to their jobs, recreational activities, and the law library. Every child in New York City has a right to public school education, regardless of immigration status or language. Early Learn, 3K, and pre-K programs are available for children aged 6 weeks to 4 years. All NYC residents have the right to attend public school from age 5 until graduation or until the end of the school year when they turn 21. In other news, Chinese migrants deported on first large flight from U.S. since 2018. Over the weekend, a group of migrants was deported to China on the first large charter flight to the country since 2018. According to a statement from the Department of Homeland Security released on Tuesday, the department indicated that it is collaborating with Beijing officials on additional removal flights, but did not disclose the number of migrants on the recent flight. The Associated Press reported that the plane carried 116 individuals. Extension and redesignation of Yemen for TPS. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, announced the extension and redesignation of Yemen for Temporary Protected Status, TPS, for 18 months, from September 4, 2024, through March 3, 2026, with a notice published in the Federal Register. The extension of TPS for Yemen allows current beneficiaries to re-register to retain TPS through March 3, 2026, if they otherwise continue to meet the eligibility requirements for TPS. Existing TPS beneficiaries who wish to extend their status through March 3, 2026, must re-register during the 60-day re-registration period that runs from July 10, 2024, through September 9, 2024. The redesignation of Yemen for TPS allows additional Yemeni nationals and individuals having no nationality who last habitually resided in Yemen to file initial applications for TPS if they established residence in the United States on or before July 2, 2024, and have continued to reside in the United States since then, continuous residence. Finally, census data reveals Hispanic population fueled 71% of U.S. growth from 2022 to 2023. Census figures show that the Hispanic population contributed to 71% of the overall U.S. population increase between 2022 and 2023. Thank you.
Our weekly immigration news roundup is brought to you by the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. For a consultation on any immigration or legal matter, please call 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. For full stories and more immigration news, visit www.theimmigrantsjournal.com. That's www.theimmigrantsjournal.com.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions? We got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, visit the law firm of Figueroa and Associates website at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. President Barack Obama took office in 2008, and I had the privilege of meeting President Barack Obama in 2007, along with the mighty Sparrow, Calypso King of the World, myself, my brothers, and my good friends from Jamaica and TNT. We met with President Barack Obama at the Brooklyn Marriott. There was a huge turnout. We met with the president before he made his presentation that day. And part of his presentation, he said that immigration is not going to be a football in his administration, that we need comprehensive immigration reform, and we need to help many immigrants in this country that are not only married to U.S. citizens and cannot legalize themselves, but also to help those children in the U.S. also undocumented under the DACA program. President Barack Obama made his speech, and standing next to him at the Brooklyn Marriott, it was a earth-shaking moment for me. Why? Because practicing law in New York City for almost 3 decades, one of our main areas of law that we represent, Caribbean immigrants, African immigrants, and other immigrants in the U.S., Brooklyn, New York, and Brooklyn has the largest Caribbean population in the United States. It was, I cried, yes. Why did I have to cry? All those big tears from a 6'4", handsome attorney from the Caribbean, a tough guy. Don't mess with me because, hey, I represent my clients with all the knowledge and love that you need to give your clients. Yes, immigrants have been abused and in this country, especially by the Republicans. KKK Russian Trump was one of the worst. And if he becomes the president of the United States of America, it's all over, so to speak. President Biden recently decided to extend President Barack Obama's executive order giving provisional waivers to people who are married to U.S. citizens to actually get their green cards by making a trip to their home country. Unfortunately, many, many immigrants, even though they qualify to get their green card in their home countries, they are still scared. What are they scared of? Being separated from their family, and they do not want to take the chance that they are not approved, even though we gave them guarantees, obviously, that there is not going to be a problem unless they didn't disclose any crimes or other issues that will make them inadmissible. President Biden is allowing people under this criteria to what we call parole in place into the U.S., meaning they don't have to make that trip anymore. They could get that green card right here in the United States of America. It saves these immigrants not only the time and money and the stress of leaving the country, but it also accelerates their path to legalization. President Biden also offers relief to people who are enrolled in DACA, and we are talking a couple million young people that came to the U.S. unattended that qualify for this program, DACA, Deferred Action for Minors. So there are two groups, spouses of U.S. citizens and people who are in that DACA category, youths at the time, but older people now. This executive order obviously is timely. President Biden is running for election, and many people are dissatisfied of the lack of progress that the Democrats, the Biden administration, has done during the last 4 years. This is great news. This is fantastic news. There's a lot of details that concern this new law, and we ask you to visit our website, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, at www.askthelawyer.us, so that you could get more details. There's going to be an article dealing with all the new provisions. There's going to be an audio of the article so you could listen and read at your convenience. You could also schedule a consultation for yourself or a family member in the United States or anywhere in the world. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Also, for this executive order, the details of it, whether it be for you or your family here in the United States of America, direct them to our website, www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. This executive order will benefit many immigrants that are married to U.S. citizens. There are certain requirements, and we need the word to get out. Additionally, our publication, the Immigrants Journal, a publication that we started in 1998, it's over a quarter century. That publication, under the editor's advisement, is endorsing President Biden and Kamala Harris for, obviously, to be re-elected to Congress. Ms. Pearl Phillip and her team made that decision. Also, our other publications, Caribbean American Weekly, Workers' World Today, and New Black Voices, will also endorse the Biden team. Why? Because KKK, Russia, and Trump is a threat to democracy, is a threat to immigrants, is a threat to people of color, and also is a threat to white folks that believe in law and order. Thank you.
Hi, good day. My name is Ashaki Foster. I just want to send out a shout out to Mr. Figueroa and his staff, thanking them for all that they've done for me so far with my social, my green card, and now I'm finally a citizen. And I just want to recommend him to the people in the U.S. and also the Caribbean. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
Do you want to be a paralegal? Or are you planning to go to law school? Our Chamber Coalition's online paralegal program is the right program to get you started. Some of the areas of law include contracts, property law, tort liability, civil procedure, constitutional law, immigration, civil rights, estate planning, wills and trusts, and matrimonial, plus legal research and writing, legal marketing, and small business. We also use Cali, which is used in law schools, and you get extra certificates from Clio and LexisNexis. By graduating from this program, you can market yourself as a virtual paralegal for attorneys and law firms in New York State. There is a one-time fee of $550. Are you excited to learn more? Register for an orientation at www.freeparalegal.org. That's www.freeparalegal.org.
Breaking news. The Biden administration, in a humanitarian gesture, has decided to issue an executive order allowing individuals who have entered the United States illegally or without inspection to adjust their status within the country if they are the spouse of a U.S. citizen. This measure aims to prevent unwarranted delays and financial hardship. For more information on Biden's executive order, please contact the law firm of Figueroa and Associates at 855-768-8845 or visit our website at askthelawyer.us to schedule a consultation. We praised President Biden for his efforts to keep families together.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. When we talk about immigration and we talk about family issues, one of the biggest issues that we face is obviously one spouse coming to the U.S. that may abandon the other spouse back home or actually abandon their children and not pay child support or give any type of support to that family member. What can you do if you are in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, Belize, St. Vincent and the Grenadines? What can you do? Because obviously, as a spouse with children, with that spouse who came to the U.S. and just disappeared, you need to be supported. What is your legal rights? You could speak to an attorney in your country, but you could also get a consultation with our office, and we could explain to you how you pursue an international divorce or to come after that spouse for child support in the United States of America. Yes, obviously, that person may want to get on their feet, so to speak. They came here. It's maybe difficult to get a job. Maybe the cost of living, obviously, may be higher here. However, their responsibilities to their spouse and children is also a priority that they should obviously, look at. If you are that abandoned spouse in the Caribbean or wherever in the world, Africa, Latin America, you could call us for a consultation. You could also visit our website. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Our website, www.askthelawyer.us. www.askthelawyer.us. Additional issues besides divorce, matrimonial matters, custody, or child support is wills, trust, and estate planning. Sometimes you may have a relative that obviously died in the U.S., and you may be entitled to part of their estate. If that is one of the issues that you have, you could also give our office a call. Again, the number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Our website for the law firm of Figueroa & Associates is www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Also, subscribe to our newsletter, where we have all types of legal issues, articles that you could read, whether it be matrimonial issue, immigration issues, wills, trust, estate planning issues. We help you to keep abreast of the law and to educate you. Thank you.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, ask the lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
The United States is consistently ranked among the best internationally for its competitiveness. Are you planning to start a new business or branch of your business in New York? Attend our Chamber Coalition's 5-week webinar series, Small Business Sense Bootcamp. We provide education and business preparation for small business owners and startups. Learn the basics of business planning, how to finance your business, business credit, marketing, and social media strategies, small business solutions, legal, tax, accounting, banking, and insurance, and how to do business within New York City, New York State, and corporations. Register at startupsbootcamp.eventbrite.com.
Divorce, separation, support, custody. The common factor? They keep you up at night. Sleep well knowing that you have the law firm of Figueroa & Associates on your side through this difficult time. Don't divorce your money. Don't divorce your children. Divorce your spouse. Whether it's a contested or uncontested divorce, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates will guide you through every step of the process. From child custody to property and debt concerns, the law firm of Figueroa & Associates has the experience and expertise in handling cases involving significant assets and complicated issues. A divorce can be one of the most unpleasant experiences a person ever has to go through. Don't do it alone. Stop the sleepless nights and call the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845, or visit 311divorce.com. That's 311divorce.com. At the law firm of Figueroa & Associates, a divorce is not the end, it's a new beginning.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Marriage fraud for green card purposes and federal immigration law protections when there are children in the marriage. Marriage fraud for green card purposes is a significant issue that challenges the integrity of the U.S. immigration system and can profoundly affect U.S. citizen spouses. This issue becomes even more complex when children are involved, as the presence of children can obscure the fraudulent nature of the marriage. This analysis explores how federal immigration laws are designed to protect U.S. citizen spouses from immigrants who may enter into marriages not for love but for immigration benefits, even when there are children from the marriage. Understanding marriage fraud. Marriage fraud defined. Marriage fraud occurs when an individual enters a marriage to obtain immigration benefits. This can include sham marriages, marriages contracted solely to secure a green card without intending to establish a life together. Deceptive marriages, one spouse deceives the other about their intentions, marrying primarily for immigration benefits while pretending to enter the marriage for genuine reasons. Federal immigration law measures. Federal immigration laws employ various strategies to prevent and address marriage fraud, even in cases involving children. 1. Conditional resident status. 2-year conditional green card. Immigrants who obtain a green card through marriage are initially granted conditional resident status for 2 years. This conditional status is designed to provide a probationary period during which the legitimacy of the marriage can be evaluated. Petition to remove conditions. To transition from conditional to permanent resident status, the couple must jointly file Form I-751, Petition to remove conditions on residence. This petition requires substantial evidence of a bona fide marriage, such as joint financial accounts, lease or mortgage documents with both names, birth certificates of children born to the couple, photographs and correspondence showing a genuine relationship. 2. Interviews and investigations. In-depth interviews. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, conducts interviews with both spouses to assess the legitimacy of the marriage. These interviews can be extensive, probing for inconsistencies in the couple's story and relationship. Site visits and investigations. USCIS officers may visit the couple's home unannounced or investigate further if they suspect fraud. This can include interviewing neighbors, colleagues, and family members. Protections for U.S. citizen spouses. Federal immigration laws offer several protections for U.S. citizens who may unknowingly marry someone committing marriage fraud. 1. Legal remedies and support. Annulment and divorce. If a U.S. citizen spouse discovers the marriage was fraudulent, they have the right to seek an annulment or divorce. Annulment, in particular, declares the marriage void from the beginning, which can have significant legal implications for the immigrant spouse's status. Protective orders. In cases where the immigrant spouse engages in coercive or abusive behavior, U.S. citizens can seek protective orders and other legal remedies to ensure their safety and well-being. 2. Awareness and education. Public awareness campaigns. USCIS and other federal agencies provide educational resources and public awareness campaigns to inform U.S. citizens about the risks and signs of marriage fraud. These resources help citizens recognize potential red flags and protect themselves from exploitation. Counseling services. Support services, including counseling and legal advice, are available for U.S. citizens in fraudulent marriages. These services can guide legal options and emotional support during difficult times. Impact of children on fraud detection. The presence of children in a marriage can complicate the detection of fraud, but federal immigration laws have provisions to address these complexities. 1. Increased scrutiny of evidence, detailed evidence requirements. When children are involved, USCIS requires even more detailed evidence to establish the bona fide nature of the marriage. This can include evidence of joint parenting responsibilities, school records showing both parents' involvement, medical records indicating joint decision-making for the child's health. 2. Interviews and family dynamics. Family interviews. USCIS may conduct interviews with not just the spouses but also older children, if applicable, to understand the family dynamics and verify the authenticity of the relationship. Behavioral indicators. USCIS officers are trained to look for behavioral indicators that suggest a genuine family unit, such as the nature of interactions between the parents and the children, and the involvement of both parents in the child's life. Consequences of marriage fraud. The consequences of marriage fraud are severe for both the immigrant and the U.S. citizen involved, even when children are present. 1. Immigrant consequences. Deportation and removal. Immigrants found guilty of marriage fraud face deportation and removal from the United States. They may also be barred from re-entering the country for a significant period or permanently. Criminal charges. Marriage fraud is a federal crime. Immigrants convicted of marriage fraud can face criminal charges, including fines and imprisonment. 2. U.S. citizen consequences. Legal repercussions. U.S. citizens knowingly participating in marriage fraud can also face legal consequences, including criminal charges, fines, and imprisonment. Emotional and financial impact. The emotional toll and financial impact on U.S. citizens can be significant, particularly if they were deceived and manipulated into a fraudulent marriage. They may face legal costs, emotional distress, and personal and professional reputation damage. Legal framework and enforcement. Several vital laws and regulations form the backbone of the U.S. approach to preventing and addressing marriage fraud. Immigration and Nationality Act, INA, Sections 216 and 216A. These sections of the INA outline the conditions for conditional permanent residence and the procedures for removing those conditions, emphasizing the need for a bona fide marriage. Marriage Fraud Amendments of 1986, strengthening penalties. The Marriage Fraud Amendments introduced stricter penalties for marriage fraud, including criminal sanctions and enhanced investigative measures. Immigration Marriage Fraud Amendments, IMFA, preventive measures. The IMFA introduced measures such as the 2-year conditional residency period and the requirement for joint petitions to remove conditions, focusing on deterring fraudulent marriages. Conclusion: marriage fraud for green card purposes poses a significant threat to the integrity of the U.S. immigration system and the well-being of U.S. citizen spouses, even when children are involved. Federal immigration laws are designed to detect, deter, and penalize such fraud through measures like conditional resident status, comprehensive evidence requirements, and thorough interviews and investigations. U.S. citizen spouses are protected through legal remedies, public awareness campaigns, and support services. The consequences for those involved in marriage fraud are severe, including deportation, criminal charges, and significant emotional and financial impact. By maintaining robust legal frameworks and enforcement mechanisms, the U.S. continues to safeguard the immigration process and protect its citizens from exploitation.
Love is in the air. Do you know that a prenup or an irrevocable trust can say, "I love you" in a way flowers and chocolates never could? Ask the lawyer. Let the law firm of Fig, Arrow & Associates show you how. Don't hesitate. Call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to schedule an appointment today.
The following is a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro & Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
Beware of immigration scams. Stop! Despite the excitement about new White House immigration announcements, it is more important than ever to seek advice from a qualified immigration attorney or an accredited representative about your specific situation. Be patient and take the time to find the right help. Details of how to apply for the new program are not yet available. The wrong advice could harm your chances of staying in the United States, getting lawful status, or becoming a U.S. citizen. Don't be fooled by notarios, consultants, or immigration scams promising immediate results or special solutions in order to steal your money. Many unscrupulous notarios cost more than licensed attorneys. If you are unsure if someone is qualified to help, ask for proof of their credentials and retain a copy of that evidence. Use the American Immigration Lawyers Association Find an Immigration Lawyer search www.ailalawyer.org to find a qualified immigration attorney. Talk to a qualified immigration attorney. Ask questions before making payments and ori peor que notarios who are trying to take advantage of you or your family. For more information on avoiding scams and reporting notarios, visit www.stopnotariofraud.org. If you have any questions, we encourage you to contact our office at the law firm of Figaro and Associates at 855-768-8845.
You just listened to a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro and Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
You are listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers. Schedule an appointment now at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us.
Good day, good day, good day. My name is Brian Figaro of the law firm Figaro and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Domestic workers. Doesn't matter if you came from the Caribbean, Africa, Latin America. A lot of the workers that come to America, those that obviously don't have a green card or may have a green card, that is the most popular starting job position for most of these women. Also as home health care workers. A lot of times people do not understand their rights. Whether you do a live-in domestic work or you go on a regular schedule, you have rights like other workers in the United States of America. In New York State, like most other states, you cannot form a union because, hey, you're the only person on the job. So you can start a union and have a bargaining process. However, you do have in New York State what we call the Domestic Workers Bill of Rights. And what are those rights? Obviously, those rights that is outlined in this document, which is not a legal right, but an advisory of what your rights should be, it is very important. Whether it be your hourly rate, how you are paid overtime, your working hours, working conditions, these are important issues for all workers. For those that may be undocumented, some of these employers obviously try to exploit those employees as opposed to those that may have a green card and be a U.S. citizen and doing domestic work. If you have a family member in the United States of America that is undocumented and is suffering some sort of wage theft, abuse, whether it be race or other, you need to have them contact an attorney because those violations fall under the U and T visas, i.e., They could get a work permit, they could get a social, and it could even lead to a green card if they have a credible case of abuse on the job. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Again, if you're in the United States of America, if you are outside the U.S., you're in Jamaica listening to this program, you're in Trinidad and Tobago, you're in Grenada and other islands where we run this show, also called Ask the Lawyer. We run it locally and internationally. You could also listen to this program on our website, or you could read some of the essays that we have that talks about how domestic workers are protected. There are many articles on our website at the law firm Figueroa & Associates that deal with these issues. And we have dealt with these issues for many years. One of my favorite articles that we did was called Green Card Slavery, where when obviously someone is married to a U.S. citizen and that citizen is petitioning for that non-green card holder, that person immigrating to the U.S., they treat that spouse like a slave. They obviously, that's not a marriage. You don't, if you tell your spouse, are you supposed to jump every time the spouse says something in fear that obviously they may not want to continue with your paperwork? Or some of them may never want to start the paperwork to legalize their spouse. One of the areas that obviously that deals with this under federal law is called the abused spouse petition. And abuse is not only physical, it's also mental. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of the law firm Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. The number to call, the number to keep, the number to share is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Visit our website. Get an audio of the show, get the essays, the publications, visit our publications so that you could be educated about your rights here in the United States, in New York State. Get this word to your family that might be here in the U.S. And if you're in the U.S., obviously share this information with other home health aid workers or domestic workers here in New York State. Thank you.
In a world where silence hides violence, there's a beacon of hope. Join the Love Life Now Foundation as we stand up against domestic violence in Jamaica. Let your voice be the catalyst for change. Speak out against all forms of domestic abuse within your homes. Domestic violence is not a part of Jamaican culture. Together, we can break the cycle and help victims find safety. Love Life Now Foundation provides hearts and hands to those affected by offering vital resources and get safe assistance. To support our mission to empower victims to become survivors, call 1-876-824-6470. Love Life Now Foundation, Jamaica. Together, we can heal. Together, we can make a difference. Stand up against domestic violence today.
Love is in the air. Do you know that a prenup or an irrevocable trust can say, I love you in a way flowers and chocolates never could? Ask the lawyer. Let the law firm of Figueroa & Associates show you how. Don't hesitate. Call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us to schedule an appointment today.
Are you looking for a side hustle as an independent contractor? Are you looking to make extra cash and business opportunities? We have opportunities for graduates from our online Chambers Paralegal program to work with lawyers and other legal professionals in New York State or persons with similar qualifications. We also have opportunities for other chamber businesses in graphic arts and design, creating and updating websites in WordPress, the most popular platform, and other platforms, social media experts in the various platforms, and database experts. There is also a high demand for voiceovers, audio, and video podcast editing in the marketing field, journalists, and other professionals in the services industry who can work in the virtual world for U.S. businesses. Send your resume and a cover letter explaining why you or your business is the right fit for these partnerships to info@myiqinc.com. That's info@myiqinc.com.
The following is a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro and Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
Beware of immigration scams. Stop! Despite the excitement about new White House immigration announcements, it is more important than ever to seek advice from a qualified immigration attorney or an accredited representative about your specific situation. Be patient and take the time to find the right help. Details of how to apply for the new program are not yet available. The wrong advice could harm your chances of staying in the United States, getting lawful status, or becoming a U.S. citizen. Don't be fooled by notarios, consultants, or immigration scams promising immediate results or special solutions in order to steal your money. Many unscrupulous notarios cost more than licensed attorneys. If you are unsure if someone is qualified to help, ask for proof of their credentials and retain a copy of that evidence. Use the American Immigration Lawyers Association Find an Immigration Lawyer search www.ailalawyer.org to find a qualified immigration attorney. Talk to a qualified immigration attorney. Ask questions before making payments and ori peor que notarios who are trying to take advantage of you or your family. For more information on avoiding scams and reporting notarios, visit www.stopnotariofraud.org. If you have any questions, we encourage you to contact our office at the law firm of Figaro and Associates at 855-768-8845.
You just listened to a public service announcement from the law firm of Figaro and Associates. To schedule a legal consultation on this or any other issue, please call 855-768-8845 or visit www.askthelawyer.us.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.
This show is a production of IQ Inc. Marketing. If you would like to advertise your product or service on this show to the U.S. and Caribbean markets and through our multicultural publications in New York, please call 866-435-3286 or send an email to info@myiqinc.com.
Thank you for listening to Ask the Lawyer International Edition with attorney Brian Figaro of the law firm Figaro and Associates in New York. We hope you enjoyed the show, which featured immigration visitors visa, starting and doing business in New York, entertainment and business visas, religious visas, and much more. Whether you are outside the U.S. or have family in New York, the number to call, share, and keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Please schedule a consultation with us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. This is Ask the Lawyer, International Edition. You have questions? We've got the answers.